Hey folks, welcome to K6 Outdoors. My name is Kyle. I picked up a nice little device off the Amazon website. It is the Eversprout SnowBuster and its extension pole. If you guys have a solar array like myself and have to deal with Mother Nature and wintertime, you know that it's sometimes difficult to keep snow off the panels, keep them clear, and to harvest solar energy during the winter months. I've used many other ways in the past to clean these off, whether it be a leaf blower or a shorter brush, but I always struggled to reach far up. So I thought I would get this extension pole kit. Now this SnowBuster end just threads on to the end of this extension pole. Nothing too crazy here. It just threads on. You rotate it till it's tight and you're done. It is a nice rigid foam top. It's will not damage, scratch anything, unless for some reason you impregnate some dirt or other debris in it, then obviously that's a different can of worms. And it has a quick feature for telescoping. You just open the latch and extend. And that's just the first one. You can see how far it's reaching. This pole will reach 24 feet. There's 3 different spots where you extend it from, but gives you a total standing reach of 30 feet, which is quite a long ways and quite honestly, not needed for my situation, but I figured, hey, I'll pay up just a little bit more and give myself options for the future. It's a nice lightweight yet strong aluminum handle, and it has some nice squishy grips where you would be grabbing at to help isolate your hands from the cold pole and give yourself something more squishy to grip on. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate it completely in this video because I'm not going to use it in its full extension. But at full extension, it does have some deflection. There are some other brands on Amazon that look to maybe be a little heavier duty poles. The challenge with the other brand this competes against is this foam head isn't as large. If you've got a large array, it can take you a little longer. So if you wanted to mix this foam head with the other pole set, you could, but you got to keep in mind weight. You don't want this to be too heavy as you're going to be, reaching clear out in front of yourself. Anyways, enough talking about that. Let's get outside, show you how well this does work to clean off the panels. And if you guys have some of these or are considering something like this yourself, drop some comments down below. Be curious to see and hear your opinion on them. People do read those comments and they help them out. So thank you in advance for your guys' feedback. And again, just to be clear, I bought this. This is not a sponsored video. This is my own opinion on this product. So we ended up getting about 3 to 4 inches, obviously, but it didn't all stick to the solar panels. So we're going to go ahead and extend this thing out. We're going to pull open the first 2 latches here, pull her out, because, well, you may or may not need to extend it this much. Just depends on your situation and your length of reach, but this is enough for my solar panels. Just going to set it up here. Grab a handle here on the actual grips, sit up there, and then pull down. It works really pretty dang well. I'm actually going to be able to, I need to bring the extension in a little bit so I don't have to walk so far back. We'll do the narrow or the thinner tube because those are the ones that tend to deflect a little bit more. And this is a never scratch foam head, so shouldn't be any issues. Works great, honestly. It'd be sweet if the head was a little bit bigger, but then it's gonna be heavier. And heavier is not always a good thing, especially when you've got a big pole in front of you, touching glass panels. Where it does get a little hung up on is those places where it grips the panels. The actual connectors. If you didn't have them running in the portrait or versus landscape, it'd make a pretty big difference. Anyways, you get the idea. This works really well at getting the snow off the panels here. Gonna keep working on this and get them cleared off so we can produce some power today. As you can see, it's nice and clear this morning. I did go ahead and buy the longer one just to be safe, so I didn't have to worry about having enough reach. And you can do exactly like this here if you want. Just push the top row off. Whatever works best. You can push and pull with this thing. That's what I'm trying to say. So we've got them uncovered enough to at least make power today. Obviously it's going to need to melt off some. Or I might, sometimes I blow it off with the leaf blower. But just a couple of tips when you're doing this. If you look at the side profile of this bad boy, you'll see that it has a curve shape. I always pull downwards against the back radius, so it tries to skip over the little lines in the panels there, where the panels meet. That way it doesn't dig in and just kind of keeps gliding, because you're just trying to help move the snow off, right? And also a varying technique of where I go across the top and clean that back off the back. But again, long story short, just get the snow off. Now on mine, I do have the little fasteners between each panel. If you aren't careful, it will ding up the foam like you can see here, but it doesn't really hurt anything. It's clear up on the back side of that, not on the contacting edge that's touching your panels. Again, just something to keep in mind. Now, is this a perfect solution? No, it's not. And do you have to do this? No, you don't. But this winter in Iowa, it's December, typically we don't get a ton of snow. Well, we've already had 5 measurable snowfalls. The first one being 8 inches, a couple inches, and then a couple more inches, and then 3 to 4 inches last night. So if you leave your panels covered all winter long, you're just not going to make any power. And I would assume, since you paid the money, you want these things to work. And if you're in an off-grid situation, you might need them to work so you have power. So I will put a link below to this specific unit I got off of Amazon. This is the 3-tier extension one. Just remember, if you guys do use that link, I do make a small bit of commission off of that, but it doesn't cost you guys a dime, and it does not change your Amazon buying experience whatsoever. I am not sponsored by this brand. I picked it up with my own money to try it out. Well, I've been using it to show you all how it does work or doesn't work. I'm impressed with it so far. Typically, I try using a leaf blower or a brush to clear out the bottom panels in the past, but I wanted something to get this cleared off because today's going to be a nice clear day. And I'd love to use that opportunity to collect the rays and turn it into power to heat the house. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate that. If you're not a part of the YouTube family, hit that subscribe button and follow along. It doesn't cost you guys a dime. All right, take care of one another. Stay warm. I'll catch you guys in the next video.